On this edition of Purple Pride, we will talk about the ins and outs of 103.3 The Bull.
Welcome to this edition of Purple Pride. I'm Mallory Coon. Our guest today is an employee at the radio station 103 The Bull. Fernando, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Now, can you tell us a little bit about The Bull?
Yes, KJCS 103 The Bull started off in May 2nd of 2011. We're the only local radio station here in Nacogdoches. Of course, you have the other channels of Town Square Media, but of course they're all in Lefkoe. But we're the only one here in Nacogdoches. We play a genre of adult country, which is a more broader band of country, which we have 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, all the way to the early 2000s. Now, not only do we just play more of the contemporary or, the top hits of those decades, but we also play like the top 10 or top, 11, songs that people remember, especially songs from, Willie Nelson, Hank Williams Jr., Hank Williams Sr. I mean, we have it, we play it all around those decades. So that's what makes us a lot, interesting to a lot of people here in Nacogdoches.
Now, I know that y'all do a lot within the community. I see the Bull's truck all around town. Can you tell me a little more about what y'all do?
Yes, we do a lot of live remotes around town, especially things like we just got done with one for the United Way. We teamed up with Rex Perry Autoplex, and we helped them raise money along with everybody who else was involved with the United Way to donate. And at the end, we had a live broadcast with the person who donated the most and did so many donations won a free car from Rex Perry Autoplex.
Oh, wow.
We also just had one that we joined up with Toys for Tots, and we had a live broadcast at the most recent football game for SFA against Northwestern State. And we live broadcast, we told people to come out and donated toys for the Toys for Tots. So that's how we get along with the community, and we do lots of things. Not only just play, of course, great hits, but we do donate and do a lot of stuff for them.
Right. Now, I know that there's a lot that goes on at a radio station, so what are
Yes.
some of the different jobs there?
Well, we have a variety of jobs. When you think about radio station, people think about, well, it's just DJing, you're just playing music. But not as only that. I mean, there's sales. Of course, you got to go out and, sell advertisement, airtime
Right.
to people. That's kind of how you make your money. Not only that, there's programming. We do, we go on and we find all these hits from, like I said, the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s to 2000s, and we program it in a way to attract that listener, and it's just, it's really fun, and sometimes it can be a headache.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's a lot that goes into that, and that's what really helps, especially with your ratings when it come Arbitron time. There's also traffic. It's kind of like what I do also. The traffic position is not, people hear traffic, they think, oh, well, there's traffic on I-35 or something like that. But the traffic position is the person who does, they set all the commercials and the logs. So when you hear the commercial breaks, that's the traffic person sending those at a certain time and having them rotate throughout the day. And of course, there's production is what, making commercials. Everything you hear, the commercials and all that stuff that's in-house, sometimes out-of-house, it's all done in radio also. So there's a lot of different jobs, but I mean, it is not all just disc jockey. And of course, you have your morning, your afternoon, and your late time shows with your DJs. And not only do they just play music, but of course they got on-air talent, talk. There's remote live broadcasts, and there's a lot that goes on in radio.
Constantly, always doing something.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Well, earlier this week, we were lucky enough to tour the station, and we talked with one of the employees, Shelly.
Thanks, Mallory. I'm here with Shelly Swansea at The Bull. Shelly, what are some of the things you do here at The Bull?
Well, I'm program director. I also do public service announcements, and I do the morning show, the Morning Bull. That's Monday through Friday. Myself, along with Jerry Heilman, who does the news, and Matador, who does the sports. Every morning we try to wake people up, get them going for the day, let them know anything that's going on in the world that needs to be known before they get out there on the streets, like if it's foggy, if they need to leave a little bit early, the weather. We try to make sure that we get their day off to a good start. We also try to entertain them a little bit. Any kind of entertainment news, what Kim Kardashian is wearing this weekend, something like that. We also try to be a community liaison for the community. We really encourage local organizations to come up and talk to us on the air so they can get free publicity for anything that they've got going on. We also like to have, fundraising type activities if you're doing a fundraiser, a volunteer fire department, or if you're an SFA group and you've got a fundraiser that you guys are doing. I know that we are doing like a little Toys for Tots radio mash drive with Toys for Tots, and this past weekend the SFA Athletic Association was doing their part with Toys for Tots, and we like to just kind of, bring it out to the community so that they can participate as well. Anything that SFA has that's going on that's important to the community that, you want the community to be a part of, all they have to do is call 103 The Bull, and we're going to try to put it on the air for them as well. So basically we do a lot. Of course, we try to sell advertising because we got to pay the electricity bill just like everybody else does. But for the most part, radio in general was set up to be a public service to the community, and that's first and foremost what we try to do here at the Bull.
Now, we've talked a lot about different jobs at the Bull. Can you tell me specifically what it is that you do?
Yes, well, actually, when I got the job, it was funny is that I got it during my last semester of school here at SFA, and it was my internship job. So when I got in, I was kind of learning everything to do at the Bull, and then a month later, I ended up getting the job.
So you got really lucky.
I got really lucky, so I didn't have to worry about the huge headache. But when I got in there, I went straight into sales. It was funny, I was taking a sales class at the same time. So
you knew what was going on.
Yes, I picked up really quick. I do sales here in Nacogdoches, Lufkin, and have some accounts in Center and San Augustine. But I also do traffic. Like I said, I do all the orders that come in from the salesman, and they write the orders for all the commercials and all the clients. I put them in the system and set up a log for every day and combine it with the music log, so you have music and commercials combined together, timed so every day runs according to each hour. And I do that, and of course I'm also a production specialist. Thanks to SFA, what I've learned here, I've gotten really good with Adobe, learned so many ins and outs on how to use that program. So a lot of the in-house production that we use for commercials, I'm the specialist that does all that stuff. So I guess you could say I have 3 different jobs. I'm a sales rep, I'm a traffic director, and I'm also a production specialist there at the Bull.
Okay. Now you said that it was your internship that initially got you started there. Your internship that you had to do through SFA?
Yes, actually it was the internship class. It was funny what it landed to was either I had to take the internship or I took sales. Well, I took sales and then landed the internship right in the last minute. So I was like, you know what, I'll take both of them.
At the same time.
At the same time. So it was great that I got it. And then what I've learned throughout my years here at SFA really helped a lot. Like taking audio production, doing the practicum, the practicums here, we're doing live DJing and all that. Because I also have a sports morning show that I do sports updates live on the air. So, that helped me out a lot, and just doing a lot of things, even in some of the TV things, doing the audio part really helped me to learn so much. So when I got into the internship, I already had a good background, but at the same time, like I said, I was taking sales, and that really helped me along the way. So I was so lucky that I got the internship. At the same time, taking sales, it really helped a lot. And I have to say that I've advanced so much and learned so much from here that I got taken to the internship, and for a month later, I ended up landing the job. So, like I said, that was the biggest headache that I didn't have to worry about for quite a few months. So.
Now, I want to jump back to something.
Yes.
You said that you are really doing 3 different jobs. Can you tell us about like a typical day? Because I know you start early.
Yeah, a typical day for me starts at 6 a.m. I get to the station. I know, big boy job. Yeah. 6 a.m. I get to the station, and I start pulling up all the sports updates that happened the night before. So I run through those and start making my script pretty much at 7:50. I kick off my first show, revamp the script again, and then go back at 8:50 to play the second part of the show. So I have 2 like 5-minute sports updates. And by 9 o'clock, I'm already hit the road. And I'm either going to Lufkin, St. Augustine Center, or I'm around Nacogdoches, seeing clients, you know, trying to do whatever I can, doing sales. By like 2 o'clock, I return, get all the sales in, if I made any, or if anybody else made any, and start my traffic log. And that takes about an hour to 2 hours. So by 4 o'clock, I start running, you know, doing all my logs and stuff like that, getting ready for the next day. And if there's any commercials that I need to cut and produce or anything like that, I have about 2 hours to finish it up. By 6 o'clock, I'm done and I go home.
So let me ask you, how do you feel about this job? I mean, is it too stressful, or is it nice because it is a smaller station?
Well, let me tell you this. When we first started in 2011, of course, you know, we're new. We weren't subscribed to Arbitron, the ratings. So we're kind of building ourselves up. When I got in, we were starting to build up enough to go ahead and purchase the Arbitron, because you have to purchase it, and then you can start using your ratings. Once we got our ratings and all that, and we realized how good we did, you know, pressure starts coming. Hey, we got to sell more. We got to bill more. You have to do this, that. So it went from when I started having 4 accounts, which was, you know, you have to keep up with them all the time throughout the month, to having the 15 to 16 accounts, and not just in Nacogdoches. I have Lufkin Center and all that.
Right.
So doing all that throughout the day, and it still have to come back and put in logs and all that stuff, it gets pretty stressful. It does, and especially when you're going through the quarters, first, second, and third, and fourth quarter, especially fourth quarter right now, that has to do with you know, Christmas time, the holidays, sales go up. So it's like, boom, you got to hit it door to door to door. And sometimes, like I said, the way I see it, when I learned sales here with Dr. Gurley, is that if you want to get into sales, especially for radio or TV, you got to be good at it, and you got to like it, because if not, then it's not for you.
It's competitive, very competitive.
Very competitive, especially when you're a local individually owned station like we are, compared to Town Square Media, they're a huge corporation. They do really well, and their ratings are amazing. But you know, that's the competition that you go against. So.
And I was going to ask you if it causes a lot more competition, since you do have to deal with Town Square Media.
Oh yeah, it's really big, especially with our ratings that came out, our most recent Arbitron ratings. We were #1 in Nacogdoches, out of not just in country, but of all the stations. So when you know you hear another station hears that you're #1, it starts getting harder and harder and harder. People want to sell, and they want to take your sales away. So it's stressful, but like I said, what I've learned here at SFA, it really helped me in my internship, and it's helped me to where I'm at now, and I love every minute of it. And I never thought that I would see myself in radio, but it's a big blessing. I love it.
Are you happy that you did radio though? 'Cause
yes.
If you didn't, what were you thinking before?
I was going more for TV,
Really?
But you know, what can you say? I got the job. You can't say no. So, but I've learned so much, and it's been great. And I would love to thank everybody that I've learned stuff from here at SFA. It's really helped me a lot on the long run. So.
Do you feel like you would be happier at a bigger station, like
where everybody
with
got
more
to get
competition?
Well, I mean, yeah, everybody will be happy, but you always got to start yourself in a small market, and that's the thing that they preached out the most, especially going into my internship. Dr. Gurley always preached, you know, it's good to start off in a small market, get your feet wet.
Everyone has to start somewhere.
Yeah, that's the biggest advice that I give to the students out there, especially in the radio TV department, is that it's really smart to start off in a small market if you can. Get your feet wet, because when you go on, it's way easier. And if you try to go straight from college into the big market, it's going to be really tough.
Right.
I mean, I'm not saying it's not possible, but it's really tough. So my advice to the students that are upcoming, about to graduate, look into the small market, because it's good to start off with. Get your feet wet. You learn so much more, and so when you have your resume to send out, you should be smooth golden.
Now, if people want to get more information on the Bull, is there a place that they can go?
Yes, if anybody want more information on the Bull, about our station, about the genre of music we play, you can check us out at www.103thebull.com, or you can give us a call at 936-564-2900.
Okay.
So, I mean, anything like that, just call it up there. Interested in internship, we're more than welcome to take them and take resumes.
All right. I mean, do you have any last advice for anyone?
Last advice? Like I said, just
getting in there.
Get in there.
Starting somewhere.
Use whatever you can.
Okay.
Learn everything, because if not, it's going to be really tough out there.
All right. Well, that's all the time we have for today. I would like to give a special thanks to our guest, Fernando. Thank you for coming in.
No problem. I loved it.
appreciate
Thank you so much.
Join us next time for another edition on Purple Pride.
I've
got a long list of real good reasons for all the things I've done.